Alright, here we are. Cats are on the desk. Chocolate cookie eaten. Shower taken. My hair is wet. I'm feeling good. And what we need to do is finish this escape room puzzle thing. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is finish the safe, which, by Jesus, this is going to be a tough one. So, I was thinking about it in my shower. And I think the way we got to do this is we have to code all these switches. Oh my god, hold on. Something's in my throat. Absolutely horrifying. Alright. What was I saying? We're going to go through these switches. We're going to say... Oh, I'm in caps lock. You pressed 1. Okay? And then we're going to control a switch. Isn't this fun? We're going to say... What are we going to call this? I'm going to make a shorthand. It's going to be S1. I can just do that for all of them real quick. Get them all out the way. I'm doing S because it's safe. You know what I mean? And we're gonna... Dude, I'm gonna run out of switches here fast. Good thing I can make about 1 billion more. S8, no. S9, okay. We're gonna make this S1, okay? Control switch S1 equals on. Alright, now we're gonna do, pretty much the same thing for the rest of these. You pressed 2. Okay. Guys, for the first time in RPGMaker history, I might cut, like, out me doing actual work, because this is going to be so boring to watch. As I just do all of them. Alright, well, I'll see you on the other side, I suppose. Okay, I've gone through and done them all, and I made one little switch, or I made one change while I was in there. Now, I realized that, this is S7, edit, S3. Okay, now the change I did, you might have just seen it there. I realized I don't need individual switches for all of the buttons. I just need them for the buttons that are part of the code, and then one for if they press something that's not in the code. So, let me apply that. Let me make sure all my correct ones. 4 is 4, 7 is 7, 8 is 8. And then the rest of them are wrong button. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an event over here. And I'm just going to call this my my answer. Or how would I'll just call it win conditioner. Okay, and I'm going to say conditional branch if wrong button is on. Okay. We're going to control switches. We're going to turn all of these off, right? So that way, you hit the wrong button, you got the code wrong. You have to start over, right? Nope, not on. And then that does mean. Oops, not rest at in. Now the question is, how am I going to make it in the right order? Okay. Then I think I do need to add on these so control switches, wrong button to off on all the right ones. Or I guess I just have to add it to apply. Add it to 4 because that's the first number, right? So if you hit the right first number, you didn't hit the wrong button, right? So you turn wrong button off, which won't automatically set. Yeah, I'm gonna have that run parallel. Okay. So now I'm going to do another when condition. I'm going to do another conditional branch. I'm going to say if 4 is on, okay? Then I'll run another conditional branch. If 3 is on, okay? If 7 is on, if 8 is on, text, you entered the correct code. The safe clicks and opens. Okay, and then I'm gonna say we're gonna fade out the screen, transfer the player to right here. Oops. Okay. We're gonna fade in the screen. Apply. Okay. I'm gonna test this and see if it works the way I want it to. I have a feeling it probably won't, because this seems like in my head, this seems like a hard thing to do, and that didn't take that long. But we'll see. How do I get in here? I need to pull the rope? No, I need to look in the mirror. Look closer. Okay. Take a crack at it? Yes. So, if I go 4, 3, 7, 8. Wait. Okay. Okay, so we're good so far. The only issue is we came back to a black screen. I wonder why I would come back to a black screen. Transfer player to, maybe I put them further out. Oh. Delete that. Okay. Let's try it again. Oh. Okay. We're gonna have to start a new game. Talk to Eugene. Okay. What was that, Serene? Okay, we've got to go through the whole flippin' thing. Okay. Yippee. Okay. Do. Okay. Oh! How fiendish. And the zombie avoided the attack. Now I'm seeing the issue. Am I crazy or just still seeing loud? Like I've turned it down so much, but it just really does seem overly loud. Oh my god. This might be the hardest challenge. These, like, 4 zombies. Now just don't get caught by this one. Oh, we can trigger it twice. I still don't know why that doesn't work. Okay. Did I change anything? Gamers, hold on. I don't think I actually changed anything. So this might... Okay, well, while we're here, we can test another thing. I'm going to test 5, and I'm going to hit 8. And I didn't get the thing. But if I go through and do it again... Interesting. Why is it... Why is it doing that? Same as characters. That's so strange. I'm gonna set... Hold on. Can I... Delete. Set starting position for the player. So we can test it faster. I'm gonna want a new game. The safe part itself is working surprisingly well. I'm happy with that. And it's still just taking us to nowhere. Transfer the player. I changed the location in the room, and that didn't do anything. I changed the priority. That didn't do anything. Oh, what? Okay. Was that the issue? There was another one that said the safe. So maybe it was confused. It didn't know what was happening. Do you like the NVIDIA overlay coming in every time I try and do anything? Because I like it. Every time I try and load the game, I think it's kind of fun. Look at me go. Still nothing. me see. What do these options do? I don't know. I'll try another priority. I really am unsure why this isn't just working. Four, 3, 7, 8. Is it something to do with all this at the end? Maybe I'll turn the wrong button on. Don't ask me why that would work, but... Come on. Do something here. But maybe. Okay, are you excited to see this code again? Do you have it memorized by now? I'll tell you what. I'll give you a hint. It's 4378. Why does this not work? Why could this be the way that it is? Is it something with the event still being around? Let me get rid of this. Delete this. How about this? I'll control self switch A to on. Create a new event page. Self switch A is on. And I will say erase the event. Erase the event. Okay? And we'll see if that works. Take a crack at it. Still nothing. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, you're not gonna believe this. I messed around with a bunch of stuff, and the thing that worked was putting in break loop after transfer the player. I tried it before transferring the player, and it just kept repeating the text. But then I put it in after, and you know, I got it. I got home. I'm home. So nice. Now let me try and remember what I'm doing with all this, right? So you pull the rope to be able to look in the bottles to get the code. If you get the code, the safe needs to open, right? Okay. So Then what we need to do is, let me go back in here. Dangerous, I'm going to mess with something. I'm going to make another switch. So I'm going to control switches. I'm going to say opened safe. Okay. And I'm just going to turn that to on. Alright, and then when we're back in the lighthouse, I'm going to put another event back here that says opened safe. I'm going to say if the safe is open, you gain show text. What should I gain in here? Great question. Let me see. What else do I have? I have a table with nothing. I have a chair that clicks when you sit on it. I have a drawer. So here I'll get a key for the drawer. Show text. Old rusty key sits in the center of the safe. I'm going to say show choices. Take it. Leave it. Ugh. When take it, show text. Gain rusty key. Okay. And we're going to play a sound effect. You know the sound effect already. The chime. I believe it's a chime. It's this one, right? Nope, it's this one. Okay. And then we have to make an item. Go to the database. Items. Staff key. Hedge trimmers. Room key. Guess what? Recovery items. Rusty key now. Icon. Where's the key icon? Here we go. Apply. And we're going to change items, increase one rusty key. Okay. When leave it, get serious. You're taking the key. And then boom. Same thing. You may be wondering to yourself, why do you do that? Why give the choice if they can't make the choice? You know? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Dude. Slop being the first item forever. That's kind of awesome. Okay. Then we're going to go over here to the drawer. If you have item rusty key, show text. Maybe this rusty key will work. And then show choices. Try the key. Give up and go home. When try the key. Give up and go home. fucking game over. Show text. The key works. And the drawer slides open, revealing a prism. Okay. And then we're gonna... You're not gonna believe this. We're gonna add another item. The prism. Now we've been using potions. We've been giving people potions. So I need to... I'll go here. Prism. I'm sure there's a good... is there a good thing for this? Maybe. Oh ho ho. Yes. Here we go. Delete that. Animation. Okay, well. No. I just kind of need it to be a nothing item. Okay. Strange object that... What does a prism do? It focuses light. Right? Focuses light. Okay. Apply. How many of these have weird descriptions of the things we've made already? Okay. Doesn't matter. We're going in here. We're playing our sound effect. Chime 2. We are going to change items. Increase 1. Prism. Okay. And then we're going to say... Now hold on. This has done nothing. Chair has done nothing. So, I'm going to say, has bed done anything? Bed has also done nothing. Ooh, okay. We need to... I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I was going to say I want to put the prism on the table. This glows on the prism. And then it opens the door. But I still have a bed and a chair that have done nothing. Can you hear the cat purring? Let's see. What can we do? Maybe sitting in the chair will activate the orb, right? So, oh my god. Okay. So I'm going to add a second event page here so that I can have this run parallel. I'm going to say if chair is on. Okay, we're going to show some text. Oh, come on, kitten. Orb. Okay. Yes, I love you too. I guess I don't need to capitalize that. The orb in the center of the room begins to emit a beam of light. Okay. And then I'm going to say okay. And I'm going to switch. I'm going to control a switch. We're going to make another one. Okay. L. Oh. LH orb. The LH orb. Apply. Okay. We're turning the orb on. Alright. Oh, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Now. What's the last thing you can interact with? Show choices. Lay down. Okay. Walk away. Oh my lord, cat. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. Ugh. Ah. Ah. Cut that noise. Cut that noise. Cut that noise right now. Who am I kidding? I don't know how to make a cut. I don't have any video editing software. Uh-oh. Okay, shimmy yeah, shimmy yeah. Shimmy yeah. Walk away. Okay. Oh. When lay down. Show text. Sleepy fella, huh? Okay. And I'm going to show more text. Okay. Come on now. Come on now, lock in. Cat, I love you. You're getting transferred to the bed. As you lay down. Oh. Your back. Oh my god. Presses into. Okay. Okay, off the keyboard. Off the keyboard. Your back presses into a warm button. There is a grinding noise, or come on, cat. A sliding noise coming from. Oh my god. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. Ugh. Coming from the table. A stand appears at the center. Okay. Boom. And then, guess what? We're gonna have to turn on another switch. Control switches. I'm gonna actually just call this, no, I'm gonna call it LH bed. Alright. Okay. LH bed is on. And then gonna do the same thing we did with that other one. Parallel. No, I don't need it to be parallel. Delete this page. If no, I'm gonna cut this, delete this. We're gonna say if bed is on. Okay. Looks. Jesus. Cat. Okay. We just gotta power through. Looks like this stand was made for something. Show choices. Prism. Okay. Sit on it. Okay. Win prism. We'll get to win prism in a second. Why? Because I want to. Okay, cat. Sorry, I'll stop. You sit on the table. It's really uncomfortable. Nothing happens. And then, okay. Win prism. Change items. Decrease by 1 prism. Okay? Or no. Delete that. If. We're doing another conditional branch. If the orb is on. Change items. Decrease by 1. Oh, come on now, cat. 1 prism. And we're going to control switches. We're adding 1 more. Okay, lighthouse door. All right. Apply. Okay. Edit. We want an else branch. Else. Show text. The prism fits perfectly, but without any light, it does nothing. Okay. We should add in a text here. The beam of light from the orb what does the beam of the light from the orb do? hits the crystal, hits the prism, activating switches below the table. The door pops open. Okay, now I've realized something here. What did I get from this drawer? The prism. Okay, okay. Yes, so all of the things are necessary. So then I'll do the same thing I did earlier. Have a parallel thing. If LH door is on, control swap switch A equals on. So switch A. Erase the event. Okay. That was exciting. But I think we've finished this whole thing out. I'm gonna set starting position for the player here, and we're gonna test it. See if this works. Okay, new game. I'm going up. Alright, so. Yes, I take the seat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Instantly messed up. If LH orb is on, we run it parallel. Can I do that same thing I did earlier? Break loop. Now let's try that. See if that works. No, no, no. No. Every step I take. Okay. Trigger parallel. How do I make it turn off? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to do something. I'm going to say conditional branch. If orb is on, I'm going to create an else branch. I'm going to say the orb is emitting light. Okay? Else the orb is softly glowing. Okay? I'm gonna apply. We're gonna try this. We've made it through the worst of it. Hold on. Wait, why can't I interact with the orb? Shit. Was this an issue before? Oh, if... No, hold on. So I need to delete this part. Wait. Okay, delete this. If orb is on, we're gonna say the orb is emitting light. Okay. We want that to go in there. All right. If the orb is off, the orb softly glows. Okay. We'll try that, see if that works. Okay, making this an if statement is not functioning. Delete that. Delete that. The orb softly glows. Apply. Isn't this nice? Will this work now? Well, now I can't interact with it at all. I swear this wasn't a problem. Above characters. Am I insane? Trigger. Action button. Okay. This should work. I swear this worked last time. What is going on? Okay, now I'm just messing around with stuff again. Okay, I believe I figured it out. We had to delete the first section entirely, and what I did was I turned the chair switch off after you've, turned the orb switch on. So hopefully that'll work. We're gonna start a new game, and we're gonna see if we can solve the puzzle. That's our goal. Once we are able to get rid of this, the door is gone. The door is gone. Why is the door gone? Instantly. Wait, what? How is the door gone? How is the door gone? How is it gone? How is it gone? If orb is on. No, when prism, if orb is on. Something above my pay grade is happening right now. What is going on? Why is the door gone? The erase event, if self switch A is on, which is not. What is going on? What is happening? Okay. What is going on here? I'm so confused. I'm okay. Whew. It's starting to affect my mental. The door's gone. The door's just gone. Oh, but I can't go through it. Oh, let me see here. Let me give this an image of a door. Apply. Or make it everything that it was before. See if this works. There's a door. There's a door. There's a door. We're functional. Yes, I take a seat. The orb hits a light. Lay down. Okay. I pull the rope. This is just, okay. That is not necessary if you already know the code like I do. Yep. Boom, go in here. Take a crack at the code. 4, 3, 7, 8. Okay. And now I can go to this drawer. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. This needs to run parallel. Okay. Can you believe it? We're gonna try it again. We gotta start over again. This is the most complex room I've ever made. It really is quite devious. Okay. Boom. Take a crack at the code. 4, 3, 7, 8. Take it. Oh no. This shit again. How did we fix it before? We broke the loop. New. Break loop. Apply. Let's see if I can just continue. Okay, what was the other way we did it? We turned open safe to off. Okay, turn open save off. Alright, let's see if we can do this. There we go. Now let's open the drawer. Try the key. I didn't say gained prism, but prism. Oh, Oh! We did it. We did it. Oh my god. Oh my lord. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's functional. It is functional. There's a typo here. One of the bottles has been shaken loose. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I feel like we made incredible progress today. And... oh, save that project. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye.